Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Here in the States, it's the beginning of the week. Of course, in the future, it is always already in progress. So, hi to you in the future as well. Hello to you who are in the front row and those who are lurking and watching on the replay. This is Leela and this is Pi, and we're going to do some fun stuff with MIDILODY, which is one of my favorite apps this year. It's just a delight. It's pretty, it's fun, and the developer is here to watch. So let us quickly feed the muse. Hey, Jamie Lynn, what's up, love? Bing, bing, bing. So good to see you. Right on. I see that there's a few more of you. I'm going to turn my comments on stage. Hello, lurkers. I see you. Hello, replay watchers. Let's not waste any time. Monday is a time to get to work. And this work is so fun, it might as well be play. So let us grab that. Oh, first, forgot a little bit of channel business. Right up here where I'm pointing, that is my link tree. Any of the links that Thomas is dropping for you, you can find how to manage all of that so you can connect with me on social media or help support this channel. All of those good things right there. Hey, Gary Hubbs, what's up? And here, this guy, Royal Fugar, that is the developer. So cool. Awesome. So we're going to jump in. Real Justine Kasprick, nice to see you. Just going to jump in. I'm going to go to my corner and we're going to let the star of the show, the iPad, take over. This is Ilya. Boom. Hi, I'm still here. I'm ready to help. So let's head in and we're going to first go to the App Store because this app came out a while ago, but it has been updated in a very exciting way. So first I'm still using the test flight version. Here, let's download this brand new one. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So 5 days ago, hey, cutie. 5 days ago, it became easier and faster. All the major parameters now appear on screen. It was a little more confusing before. When needed, important messages are displayed on screen, and that's why the thumbnail has the infinite loop on message right in the center of it. So there's a rest probability. The sequence is extended to 64 notes, which is pretty darn cool. There's key setting, which is awesome because before you couldn't set the root note, and that was a thing, and it was fun. But I want my craziness to show up inside. Oh, by the way, Justine has gotten into her new place. Very exciting. All right, so there's an extensive scale choice. It's ridiculous. There are so many scales. And then you can save your state in the AV3. I noticed it works that way. So this just basically is an evolving MIDI looper sequencer. It gives you new notes and rests at precise timings, so it overlays the existing ones. It creates dynamic rhythms and chords. It makes your loops evolve organically. You can remove unwanted notes and rests on the fly without interrupting your playback, which is super cool. Hey, Scully Pop, what's up? Now there's so many keys and scales that you can use. You can automatically pause every time you add a new note. So that's great for live ambient performances where gradual evolution is key. So you could just basically like one note and then feed it to something else and then feed it to something else and then just keep going and then get ready and then just unpause it. Or you could do that with just a few and I'm going to show you all this, so don't worry. Infinite loops. It lets your MIDI sequence evolve for hours and days constantly, perfect for ambient and sleep patches. So this is exactly what, and this is how we kind of figured out how to get this app more stable in those long running sequences, is because that's what I've done with them. I've just run infinite loop after infinite loop for my sleep sessions. One of these days when I don't have another app to do, I'll let you guys in on how I make my sleep sessions. Anyway, so there's the rests probability. I like that a lot. You can set your sequence length up to 64 notes. You can set your loop duration to 1 bar, 4 steps, 2 bars, 8 steps, or 4 bars, 16 steps. So it kind of slows it down when it's 4 bars. It evolves longer and it's less repetitive. So velocity, notes, filtering. You can apply filters to capture notes with low velocity. Interesting. I haven't even seen that bit yet. Note off messaging. So there's certain apps that when you are using external gear, plugins, some of things, if you don't say note off, basically it will never stop playing. So note off now just kind of randomly sets notes back off, which is really fun because then they'll stay on for just some random amount of time. It's very, very, very cool. So you can route the notes by octave, so you can send them like all your bass notes in one place, all of your super high notes to your symphonic instruments, and now you can save your state in the AUV3. Ba-boom. Right on. So you can, it's all awesome. Let's get into AUM now and open this puppy up. Yes, Thomas says, don't forget to engage the like button. Thank you. I appreciate that. One more set of treats for the pie and we're off. By the way, that's 3 taps. Hey, covered by CQ. 3 taps. All right, let's open this puppy up. First, we're going to use MIDI. So this is a MIDI plugin. We're going to MIDI on over. There we go. So here you go. Tap it. Audio unit MIDI processor. Heck, it's on the top. Or if you drag down, you can get in the search bar and you just type the first letters. But here we go. We've got MIDILODY. Now let's get a few. I'm going to put in a few instances of Soundbox. That's not a hardware input. Audio unit extension. Here, now we're going to go search for Soundbox right there. Soundbox. All right. And then we're just going to duplicate. We'll make 3 of them for now. And then I like to run. There's 2 apps I love to use with this, and it's Waymaker. Oops, there's 3 I like to use. Oh no, I don't need to anymore. I don't need Note to Be anymore. You could run it to an art, but I like to run it to a kaleidoscope because I can get actual different melodies for that. So this is going to be a play. Right on. Let's open up MIDILODY. Oh, whoops. First we need some instruments. Let's find an instrument. Let's find something plucky. Oops. So just pull that down. Koto Tau. There, that sounds nice. Ooh, that's nice. That's gonna work. So now we come into here, double tap that to full size it. Now here's where your here's where your sounds are. So we're gonna let's look for a pad. Whoops. There's pads. Glacialis. Hey, Heathen Granny, what's up? Luxora. Magic Forest? Oh yeah, let's do Magic Forest. There we go. Magic Forest. And then on the third one, we're just getting different kinds of sounds so we can start working with the, let's get a bass in here. I don't got a lot of bass. Let's see. Ooh, I like that. The bass. There we go. Hi, Zach Thong. What's up? Jim Shannon, Jimmy Jazz, as I like to call you. All right, now we'll continue. We'll start by hooking up a plain MIDILODY to this sound box. Here we go. MIDILODY. And now we open up MIDILODY. All right, as you see, when you first open it, we don't have our transport on. And here is our MIDILODY. It says to record and play notes, please start transport on your AV3 host. Usually it's a play button. See how useful these things are? So we're gonna figure out how we want this to go before we do anything. So I like to start with this settings button. So we're at the bottom right hand corner. So here's your velocity range. I don't like high velocity stuff, so I'm going to pull my velocity down. So here's your MIDI note range. I don't want anything that's up in the 7s. Yeah, let's have B6. Right, now our bar length, 1 bar, 4 steps. I like very long sequences, so let's have 4 bars and 16 steps. All right, so now we've got, now as we proceed to the left, boom, here's our scale browser. If you've used this app before, you will see that is insane because now there's a key slider. So let's find B flat, A, G sharp. How you doing, Scully? Skelly Pop. Let's use G. I'm gonna pick a regular one here. Let's do Dorian. Okay. So what we've got, G Dorian. Whatever that means, right? So now, next over, here's this is your octave to channel routing system. So we don't have anything yet. Let's put this aside for now. Now, here is your counts. You can set your count to 64. Now look at that. You've got 64 notes in here. Is that wild? But let's not do that. Whee. Let's use the standard 16. That's fine. Now here, this jump is how long before you get an auto pause. So if you want an auto pause, let's set it to auto pause every 2 notes. Now this rest percentage. Let's get a rest percentage of 10%. And while we're going around, we're going to tap this. This is our sequence editor. We don't have a sequence yet. This is so you can pull notes out on the fly. Now this pause, this is the pause on and off. You can do this manually or you can set it to auto pause. Now here, whoops, let's actually hit play now. So empty sequence. So here we go. This is auto pause off. There's auto pause on. So we'll leave auto pause on. Now we've got infinite loop on, infinite loop off. We'll keep that off for now. And this is note off. This allows notes off messages to come without. Let's leave those so there's only note ons. And now we tap this and the magic will happen. Now you can see that there's this, underneath this thing, if you saw that, there's a whole bunch of numbers in there. And you see it's paused already. And it's just going to play those two notes. Let's try routing it through something else first here. Let's go to this kaleidoscope. Let's get an input from MIDILODY. We'll open up kaleidoscope and I'm just going to set some kind of preset. Strums. So I'm actually going to click, let's duplicate this because it's probably not going to work very well on a non-strummed instrument. Let's get this. Let's get a different pluck. There we go. So here's a different sounding. Hey, Robbie Stingle, what's up? So here, let's add kaleidoscope. Let's solo that. And you'll see, you know, it's going ding, ding. And you'll see it light up over here. Let's see. Flavored octaves. Here's a strum. Let's get a strum. See? Now you've got a strum going. Well, listen to that. Next. See? Now you've got two things. Let's turn that pause back on. Let's get some more notes in there. Okay, now we have 4 notes. And now you see the top note is turned into a rest. See, now you can use the sequence editor. See where I am? Sequence editor, top left. Say there's a rest. Let's get rid of that rest. It's too early to have a rest. So now you'll see when a new note gets found, but it's still paused. Now let's try it. Oops, see, there's 2 more. After I unpaused it, now look, we have got 2 more notes in here. Nice. Now, what I want here, here's where we got our pad set up. So when we want, I don't like as many notes coming through a pad. So what I'm going to do is over here in Waymaker, I'm going to connect it to MIDI. Now, it's not a C major, so let's change this. We want our G. It's G Dorian. Oops, I don't know how to do a Dorian. So let's just do octaves and fifths. Haha. And what we want in here is randomizer. So you go in your chain, let's change it. This is just to get less probability because I want less notes. Probability. Dang it. I need to. There we go. So now we're going to connect this to Waymaker. Now we're going to make, we don't want 100%. Let's say we only want like 38% coming through. Let's get some more notes in there. Unpause. Let's turn our jump up. Let's get 5 notes before we pause. Back on. I'm going to put something cooler here. Let's find one of mine. Here's the one with MIDILODY. I better change the scale. So the scale is G, Dorian. So one thing that's wrong here is that our speed is way too fast. Let's get down to see, so now we've got this. Here's just a strike. And then this one is when it strikes, it's going. So I think that will probably make this better is to let's run Kaleidoscope. Let's, instead of running it directly from MIDILODY, let's run it from Waymaker. That way, see, now you'll have a sequence running. So you have a major one. The whole point is to just find a way to get your sequence to roll the way you want it to. I'm going to just throw in a dialect in here. See if we can. No. Let's see. Let's go. G Dorian relative minor. Do 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 do. It's E minor. So let's throw in now we can throw in a dialect at. Let's mute that to start with. Do 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 do. Find a song. We'll find one of my slow songs in here. Do something E minor, mellow E minor. We can always change it. So now let's just change that. Now it's at E minor. So we'll let that go. So we'll solo this so you can see what this is doing. It's just playing something. So now this is just kind of a sequence that's going on. Hey, Maddie P! Haven't seen you for a while. It's so nice to catch you, have you being able to catch this. Now let's just be like. Hey, Ed Zielinski, what's up? So now you've got all this different stuff going on. Do 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 do. Let's see if how our pad's going. See, I don't hear anything. This should be coming in every. Let's give our Waymaker just a little bit more. Like 54%, like half of it. So we should have something going. Do, 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 do. We really need a pad going here. Maybe we'll just have our pad go to MIDILODY. Whoops. There we go. Oh, that's nice. There we go. Now you see how that pad's working. We'll just let it play for a second. Let's get some more notes in there. Now what you can do, we've got everything. So let's hit infinite loop. Now infinite loop is on. That means we'll open this up and let's see what happens. Just watch this. This is what's happening. Hey, Easy Herbs, what's up? See, you can just see what it's playing. I haven't hated anything, so there's no reason to remove something. There's only one rest. But let's say I don't want a note that's low. See? Did you see what happened? I just hit that. Now see, what if we let's turn auto pause off, right? That means it's just going to keep playing. And then you can just come in here and you could just start taking out a bunch of notes. And it'll just keep adding them. Or it should. Let's make sure. Is it on? Oh, there we go. There, now it's on. So it's on. Now it's going to keep on filling in the notes. Let's go back in. We'll just remove one. This is how you get some fun stuff. Whoops, see, every time you just remove something, it adds something. Now I'm going to do something here. See how this one's getting kind of... Sounds pretty. Okay, let's hit stop and see what happens. Because we're going to check the note off function. We might need notes off. Yeah, that looks like we need a note off. So now here's going to get us notes off. Note on only, notes off. We're going to have to pop this. Let's stop. See? Now it's fading out gradually. Nice. Let's try it again. This is just one thing. Right now, everything should be just going kind of the same. Let's open MIDILODY. See, we just watch that matrix. It continues to move. It's like a hexadecimal kind of wild little thing. Now let's check if we've got notes off in there. Oh, look! A2 off, D2 off. See, now that they're just turning on and off. Hey Pinzer, what's up? I know it looks like a word search, but it's a note search. I think this would sound amazing with a little Altesa on it. Wow, listen to that. That's called hypnotic amnesia. Well, let's look. Let's see if we can find MIDILODY. Here we go. Here we go. See, here's the app, the user manual. This will help you just do anything right here. All of this, control your evolving loop. Auto pause, infinite loops, note off, rest probability, everything is here. So let's look at here. What happens without note off? Whee! This is one of the things I find really interesting. Ooh, you're getting through it. MIDI notes routing, we're going to do that next. I'm going to read to you about the engine here. Oh, that's the wrong link. Uh-oh. Okay. Anyway, at the heart of MIDILODY lies a dynamic 8x8 hexadecimal matrix that continuously generates random MIDI messages. These messages are interpreted and filtered in real time to ensure that only musically relevant notes based on your currently selected scale are retained. Every second, one digit of the matrix is incremented. The corresponding row is analyzed to check whether it forms a valid MIDI message. If the decoded MIDI message is a note within your current scale, it is added to your performance sequence. You can store up to 64 notes in a MIDILODY sequence. After that, recording stops automatically until notes are cleared or removed. So let's see. It's the reason that the no note off, that notes only note on options start, is because the synth you're sending it to has like ADSR and stuff, and it will absolutely determine it for you, which is incredibly cool. It's just like it adds to the chanciness of this. Domfather, welcome. So if you do not, this is just a quick ADSR. Attack, how quickly the sound reaches its full volume. Decay, how quickly it drops after the initial peak. Sustain, the level that holds as long as the note is active. Release, how long it attempts to fade out after the note is released or the note off is received. So if you're not sending note off messages, the synth might auto-release notes after a short duration, or it might hold the note indefinitely. Especially this happens a lot on older plugins or older hardware, unless a built-in envelope release phase stops it. So if you've got something like a release app or something to avoid unexpected behavior, ensure your synth or plugin uses an envelope with a defined release. Now let's see. Sweet. All right, let's go back into our sequence. I think we can. So have you noticed that it's not repetitive? It's not lame, but it's all in a thing, All right, let's put a stop to this. Now let's see what happens to our. Yep, you can see that this one sounds like it's ready to fade out. Maybe. Hmm. You can see all the notes are still there. Maybe, right? That's probably has to do with the sound pack. This is, let's try a different one. Let's just solo this for a second and throw that on. So if you, once you turn it off, right? This is the same. Maybe it's because I started it before I turned the notes off and maybe a note just stayed on. Let's turn this count up. Let's get more notes. Let's got 43 notes. Let's double check that we've got, yep, it keeps your scale. That's nice. Let's see, save the state. This is, we'll call this G. So we'll save it right in the plugin. Whoops, missing key and preset state map. Okay. Let's try it again. Nope, we can't save the preset. I don't know why that's happening, but we can save it in AUM, so that's just fine, right? Doug Kidder, what's up? You need to check note off in Helium too? Excellent. Well, I'm here in case you need me to check it for you on my crazy old M1. So while we're noodling around, let's go G Dorian. Dorina. Okay, let's save it in AUM. Perfect, now it's there. All right. Just look at that. So our jump is on. So we must, our note on. Let's check note off. Infinite loop is off. Auto pause is on. Auto pause is off. So now it should keep on. Turn that infinite loop on. There we go. Now it shouldn't stop because auto pause isn't on. Nope, good. So auto pause is off, so it just kept playing. But if auto pause was on, see the jump here? Jump would make it stop every 5 notes. Your jump stays on, and it controls only when auto pause is on. So here, and right here at the bottom left, it says playing Dorian. It tells you what scale you're in. All right, this sounds beautiful. Okay, let's hit the stop. Now let's see if this will stop. It sounds like it's dropping. Ooh, it sounds like we might be... Ooh, it's a long entrance, but it looks like it might actually be dropping. Let's see. Maybe not. Seems like it's still sending the note. Or is it going away now? Nope, it is going away now. Yeah, Soundbox is weird that way though. So, all right. Next, let's unhook all these other sequencers. Yeah. Let's unhook that. And we'll unhook this. And so everything is going to be, we're just going to pick MIDILODY. Okay. This one is going to be, so next thing we're going to do is the multi-outs. All right. MIDILODY. Now this, MIDILODY. There we go. Now, we open up MIDILODY, and we're going to go to this third from the left on the bottom. Octave to channel routing system. So anything in the zeros is going to go to channel 4. 0, not to 1, 0 to 4. See? Just tap, tap. Now 1, take it off of 1 and put it on 4. So now we've got 2 things going to 4. That's all the bass sounds. Let's get 2 and we'll have 2 go to 4. So that's only bass stuff is going to 4. There. Now, then octave 3, I want to send to the pad. So we'll send it to 3. And just send everything in 3 to 3. Now remember, 3 is the pads. Now 4 I want to send to 1 and to 2. Or actually 4 I want to send to 1. And 5 I want to send to 2. And 6... Whoops, 5 is going to 1 and 2, so let's send it to only 2. And that 6th octave is the only one we have there, so let's send that to only 1. Okay. Now, that's by channel. So now we just come in here and we have to go, here you go, you tap this. You tap this, it's connected to MIDILODY. And so you tap none on the channel filter and then click 1. So this is channel 1. This one, you do the same thing, only 2. And you get the picture. So this is 3. Channel all the channels off, 3 back on. Now 4, this is our bass. So here we go. Turn all those things off, and now we keep 4. And now, when I press play again, let's mute this for a moment. So this is soloed. This is the bass, channel 4. There you go. Let's throw something on here now. Let's throw a bass thing on here. Let's go bass hammer. Bass hammer. Wow, nummy. There we go. These are only in 3. This one is this one is just channel 2, so some of these will go on both 1 and 2, and some of them will go on only 1, and some of them will go on only 2. Night, Jim. Let's turn that up. Oh no. Let's change this sound to something a little more. That's pretty. Yeah, that's nice, huh? See? Nice. So, like, just say, like, you think this is too much over here on this sound box. Now, this is where you can go crazy. So, see this input on Waymaker? Let's connect MIDILODY to it. And let's channel filter it. So, just that channel 1 comes here. And now, only 54% of the notes. So, now we'll change it from... Now we don't have to filter these channels, so we can just go all. And then change this one away from MIDILODY and to Waymaker. Now you're just going to get half of these notes. Pretty cool, huh? Now it's a little less busy. So cool. I think, all right, now let's stop it and see if we can, if our, we may not have gotten that, would you like some kittens? Lynch-esque a bit. Thank you. Let's see if this is working. It seems like the note off bit doesn't quite work on some of the pads. I know it did work on some of them. I just don't think... See, now it ought to pop down. Yeah, see, it'll go away now. So I just popped it. All right. I like that. So I'm going to save this. We're going to call this. So I'm just going to pop in and just record something in Logic real quick, and then we'll be off over to Jade's. Right. I have so many of these MIDILODYs. Whee! All right, let's go Logic. I want to see how that works with the Project 20. This is easy. All right, there's already something in there. Let's take this. We'll replace it with MIDILODY. Oh, that's at the, that's not, we need that here, MIDILODY. And I'm going to add cancel. Oh, here we go. Replace soundbox. Make that large. Just open that up. Oh, let's get a pluck. Whoop. Is there a reason I'm not hearing it? Do 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 do. All right, now you open up the MIDILODY. Let's solo this. There we go. Let's throw in the... Oh yeah, you have to record to... Record MIDI to track. Here, see, it's already doing it. Isn't that awesome? See, and now you can see there's the notes. Now if you come in and edit, see, now you've got all those notes. Boom, boom. Here they are. And this way, if you can take them and shorten them. And then you could, then you would remove this. And then you just go back. Oh, I don't know. It's not playing. Anyway, well, you did just recorded something. Sweet! And we got the sound, so even if you were having a problem, you could absolutely... yeah, I have a second. I could show you how to do this. Let's put these. So if you were going to have trouble, you would come up here and you could put your output to a bus. And then there's an aux 2 bus, and then you would add an audio, and then in your audio you'd come in here and oops, arg. There we go. Should get... I don't know why I can't find the... That is not... Yeah, the send. So you send that... Anyway. I can't get it. It's... So you set it so the input is... This is wrong. Anyway, for some reason it's not working. There should be a way to adjust the audio input, but it's not working. And I cannot figure out why. Do. Anyway. Yeah, I know. Yay! All right. Anyway, you saw my point. So that is the update for MIDILODY. Let me say goodbye to you with my face super quick. If you were worried about it before, if you thought you didn't want to get it because it didn't have scales or whatever, well, it does now. So get it. It is the most awesome little app. You can just record some things and do all the stuff, and you can get your notes, you can record the audio, you can record the MIDI, you can edit it on the fly, you can set it to scales, you can do all the things. Get MIDILODY on the App Store. Get it, just get it. It's not very expensive. Sweet. Hey, Red Bricks, what's up? I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you've been having an awesome creative time. Sweet. Okay, so next up, we're heading over to Jade Stars. Holy moly, I don't think I've set my redirect. Let's do that right now. Well, I'm sure Thomas is going to tell us where we're going. I love when that happens. So I haven't set my show for tomorrow. I don't actually know what I'm going to do, but please do come back because it's always, as always, we are doing things that make it more fun, make life more fun as a musician, as a YouTuber, or as an artist, and make things easier doing all the stuff. Is it Leveler 2 and Simple EQ? No. La 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 la. Bellows and Bones? Nope. Jeez. Do the best distortion plugin ever. Exoria by Cinematic Alpha. That's the one. Gonna find it now. And then keep your hands inside the ride as we move you straight on over to Jade's. My work here is done. Hey, Kubrick lover, what's up? Yes, you got to set the dump. You got to dump appropriately. Right on. Okay, thank you all for being here. I hope you've learned something interesting. If you have any questions, just pop them into the comments. If you have anything nice to say, pop those into the comments too. Right on, my friends. Big, big, big love and all the peace that you can carry, baby.